Now, for the next topic, let us try to discuss slope of a line. So, what is a slope? A slope, m, of a line is the ratio of the change in the y-coordinate to the corresponding change in the x-coordinate. So, for example, we have here change in y over change in x, or we could use the rise over run. The change in y is our rise, and then the change of x is our run. Also, if you are given 2 points, you could actually use the slope formula, which is given by this one. M is equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1, where again, x sub 1 is not equal to x sub 2. That is very important because if these two are equal, it will give us 0 as our denominator, which is will give us undefined numbers. Now, for example, we are asked to find the slope of a line. So that is our point, another point, and then connect our point that will give us lines. Alright, so again, 2 points determine a line. Now, the coordinates of our first point is negative 3, 6, and then the second one is 5, 2. So we are going to approach this one using the two methods. First one is the rise over run. So here we can actually see that we move how many times? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what is our run? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Therefore, our slope will be rise over run, which is negative 4 because we go down, and then positive 8 because we go to the left, to the right. So simplify natin, this will become negative 1 over 2, or simply negative 1. Using the 2-point method, so m is equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Now the question is, what is our x sub 1? What is our x sub 2? Basically, it's up to you. You can actually label this one as your x sub 1 if you want, and then this will be your x sub 2. And then eventually this will be your what? Y sub 2, and then this one will be your y sub 1. The same answer will you will arrive at the same answer. Just make sure that when you name this one as your x sub 2, this should be your y sub 1. If you rename this one as your x sub 1, this will be your x sub 1. In my example, I use this naming. So I let my 2 as our y sub 2, and then minus y sub 1, which is again 6, over x sub 2, which is 5, and then minus negative 3. 2 minus 6 is negative 4. 5 minus negative 3, this will become positive. We have 8. So therefore, again, we will get the slope is equal to 1, negative 1 half. Therefore, the slope is negative downward, left to right. So the uh, form of our graph actually is downward, left to right. So as you can see here, we have downward. The graph is going downward from left to right. So that is how to identify the slope of a line. Another example, Find the slope of this line. We have that one and this point, negative 3 and 3, negative 3 and negative 3, and then 5 and 2. Again, you can make use of the rise over run, or you can make use of the point slope method. So this will be our solution. Our rise will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our run will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So therefore, M is equal to rise over run 5 over 8. So the slope of this line is 5 over 8. Now let us try to make use of the two-point method to identify the slope. So again, we have y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So let us try to substitute. I'll set my y sub 2 as this 2, and then this will be my y sub 1. So again, this is my y sub 2. Sorry for the penmanship. And this will be my y sub 1. And then this will be my what? X sub 1. And then this will be my x sub 2. Alright. Now, y sub 2 is again 2 minus negative 3. And then y sub x sub 2 is 5 minus still a negative 3. So this will become what? 2 minus the negative. This will become positive. Right? Magiging positive yan. Same is true dito. So what will happen is 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. Therefore, again, the slope of this line is positive, upward, left to right. As you can see here, the shape of the movement of our graph is going up from left to right. Now try this one. Find the slope of this line. You can make use of the rise over run, or you can make use of the two-point method. Alright, this will be the solution. Using first the rise over run. As you can see here, our rise is 0, of course, and then our run is 12. So let's try to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So our run is 12. 0 over 12 is simply 0. Therefore, the slope of this line here is 0. Using the two-point method, again, we have y sub 2 minus y sub 1. This is what will happen. 2 minus 2, and then 5. 5 minus negative 5. Again, this will become positive. So 2 minus 2 is 0. 5 plus 7 is 12. And again, this 0 over 12 is just 0. So again, from here, the slope is 0. Horizontal line. Every time you are given a horizontal line and then you are asked of the slope, the answer is always 0. I hope that is clear. If you do have questions, kindly um, leave them in our comment section down below. Last example, find the slope of this line. 5, negative 2, and 5, positive 2. Again, if you are done, this is the solution. Our rise is 4. So we go up actually 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then run is 0. And then 4 divided by 0 is actually undefined. Any number divided by 0 will give you undefined or math error in our calculator. Using the 2-point method, so we have y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So again, still we will get undefined. So therefore, the slope is undefined, vertical line. So basically, if you are given a vertical line and then asked of the slope, the answer is always undefined.